day. What was the weather like? It was nice. Now, I don't want to go away from the movie conversation, but I got a on what is it? Friday night is when I went out with our buddy James from North Carolina, who's actually been on the show with us in the past.
None rock.
I sent a message to Keith saying, "Hey, bro,
forgot about this.
Where can I go on the South Shore of Staten Island? Because I don't go out any place. When I do go out, like I generally go to the same bar every time, the Burrito Bar, Forest Avenue, terrific place. But it's starting to get a little young for an old man like me. So I sent a message to Keith on the Skype.
Where are you going to go? The Rustic Inn?
I know the Rustic got knocked down, bro. I would have gone there. No, so I sent a message to Keith saying, "Hey, is there anything on the South Shore of the island?" Because James was at his mom's house on the South Shore of the island.
Kilmeyer's, man.
And that's almost where we went. That's almost where we went. So I sent him a message and say, "Hey, do you know any place on the South Shore of the island I can go to?" His response was, "No, if I did, I'd be there right now." And then the response is, "It makes me so sad that you only leave the house when..." It makes me so... I wish you would leave the house for other reasons other than when someone comes in from North Carolina, something like that. Because I don't go out. I refuse to go out anyplace. And I just don't... What am I going to do? Like, I'm going to go sit and listen to one of our friends, like, DJ music that I could listen to on my iPod at my house instead.
You could have come to my house 2 weeks ago and gotten drunk for free.
I've told you countless times that, you and, the four of us, meaning you, me, and our wives, can go out, and your response is usually like, I can't get a babysitter or something like that.
Yeah, I get a babysitter for my daughter, I don't know, once every couple of months.
I'll babysit your kid if you guys want to go out one day.
I wouldn't trust you with a slice of pizza. Why would I trust you with my daughter?
You got a slice of pizza here?
No.
Delete it and puke it up.
And if I did, it would be in a cage, locked away from you. Now, okay, I could have gone to Brian's house 2 weeks ago, and I can make the argument that I worked that night, because I did work that night, but even if I wasn't working that night, I wasn't coming.
I honestly did not expect you to be there. I hoped for it, but I did not expect you. I expected Keith.
Listen,
and Fred to show, though.
Me and Keith had plans 2 weeks before this party. We were going to go to Brian's party.
We had plans 2 weeks before to not show up.
No, we were showing up.
I knew Chris wasn't showing. I thought you guys. I was surprised that you guys were coming, but at the end,
the afternoon of the party shows up. I had bought a nice bottle of wine. And I was like ready to go. I call my wife's getting ready. I call Keith up,
which, by the way, was delicious when you dropped it off at my house 2 days before the party.
And I call Keith up. Keith's like, "Oh yeah, Fred, I should have called you.
Exactly.
I'm not going."
And the more important thing is, like, wow, I probably should have called Brian, because I had known a week before the party, and I said 8 days before the party, because I counted in my head how much time am I letting him know, and I said, wow. You know what? I need to tell him now. I was walking to lunch at my job. I was like, I need to just leave Brian a message right now and let him know I'm not coming to his party. And then the party was in full swing by the time I called. It
just started. 2 people had shown up, and you called, and it was like, which meant I was loaded. I was under the table.
You were completely loaded, and you were like, I don't know about tomorrow.
I was ready to go, but you know what? I didn't want to show up alone with me and my wife, because I didn't want you to feel like Brian needed to feel like you had to just talk to us all night.
No, I wouldn't talk to you at all.
He would have ignored you.
Exactly.
Well, my fear was when...
He might have actually thrown you out.
When Keith called and said he wasn't coming, I was like, well, thanks. Did you tell anybody else? Because I thought they'd be a little... I was like, oh yeah, Freddie's not coming either. I was like, if Chris shows up and Fred and Keith aren't here, he's going to be livid. He's going to break something in my house.
First of all, there's no way that I would show any place. But if I were to show, there's no way that I would have any problem showing up any place, regardless of who was there. If I was showing up at your party, it was there for you. But I thought it was... I thought it was cute. I thought it was adorable when Brian called me and said, "Hey, just so you know, Keith,
yeah, that's right, I told you.
Keith and Fred aren't coming to my house tonight if you were planning on being here." And it's like, yeah, I was planning on watching paint dry, though, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it.
As a matter of fact, there was a night when Now, granted, I know you're not a big fan of the band, but I had told you I'm buying Depeche Mode tickets. Would you
I did. I loved The Last Waltz.
Would you like to come? And you laughed and laughed and said...
Me.
You laughed and laughed and you said, I don't think the ridiculous thing is the fact that you're asking me to go see Depeche Mode. The ridiculous thing is that you think I'm going to leave my house.
Yeah, I'd like to go out again, maybe one day, but I probably won't.
When you think of going out, where do you think about going? What is your place? When you go out, what do you think is a good place where you're going to have fun and just be comfortable, Chris? Is this just a bar scene, like eating, a restaurant? When you think about going out, what do you think of?
It's ironic and odd that you bring this up, because after this weekend, my new favorite place on Staten Island, I don't want to get local, but it's a place called Adobe Blues. Because I go and I get a table and I sit down with friends and I order food and we drink at a table and then we leave. My days of standing at a bar, I think, are pretty much gone.
Are you back?
Yeah, I think I want. No, not even my back. It's just like my desire to do that. Like, there's like
I agree with that. I agree with
bumping
that.
around with people, and like as recently as like 6 months ago, I would go to this place called the Burrito Bar in Staten Island, which was like a little bit more of a young, hip place to go. It's just like, I can't be bothered with this. I like to sit down, have some finger foods, maybe a couple of drinks, as I sit there all fat with my big beard and just sit and relax and enjoy myself.
I went to the burrito bar once with you, and there was no standing involved in it at all. We sat at the bar and we ate burritos, chimichangas, I think.
Well, that's
drank.
I'm telling you, the way that the Burrito Bar has been the last like 7 or 8 times I've gone there, they have a DJ that comes in now. There's music blasting. I can't be bothered with that. I can't hang with that scene.
No, I agree with that.
Even though the girls who bartend there are friends and they're nice people, and I love hanging with them. I'll see them at my wake, I guess, because I'm never going to that stupid place again.
So when do you think about going out? What do you? You think about just sitting down now, sitting down at a restaurant.
I've even attempted as recently as maybe 2 months ago, asking Fred, saying, "Hey, what are you and your girl doing tonight? Let's go out and do something." And he had to go to his grandmother's wake, so we didn't go.
But dude, I'm just the same as you. My wife asked me, "What do you want to do for your birthday?" I said, "I just want you to make me dinner, wear something sexy, and we're staying in all day." That's it.
Wait. So
That's it.
I'm noticing a little pattern here now. So apparently, you gave Fred a call and said, "Hey, what are you and your wife doing? We should go do something."
But
So maybe it's not the fact that you're a hermit.
Fred, could you tell Keith that no? This was, in all honesty, it was probably 2 months ago, 2.5 months ago when it was better. Dude, when I go out is Friday night. If I go out. Because Friday night's like, I take the day off. I usually take the second half of the day off from work because I have a recurring appointment that I go to on Friday afternoons. And a certain little fella on the show who's almost as heavy as me works on Saturday morning. So he doesn't go out on Friday nights. That's the only night I'll ever consider going out. And it's rare that I even go out that night.
Why not Saturday night?
Because I do a radio show on Sunday mornings, and I try and be conscientious about
would you
that.
rather have people over your house or go out?
What do you mean by people?
Well, friends. I'd say, would you rather throw a dinner party or would you
Human
rather go
beings.
out and have dinner with people?
That's tough. I think it's easier to go out, but it's more convenient. Well, it's easier in one respect, but it's more convenient for me to have people come here because then I don't have to worry about getting someone to watch my kid. Like, then my kid could just be here and run around and hang out, which is cool.
So maybe, is it that you only like my wife when it's just you and a picture of her alone in the bathroom?
That's exactly it. Bro, I understand you want to be angry with me because I don't want to hang. But it's taken you 7 years to finally start committing to actually hanging out on a weekly basis with me, and that's only because you're doing a radio show now. Every week I would ask you to come over for football, and it would last for 2, maybe 3 weeks. By week 4 of the football season, he was done. The only reason this year that's not the case is because he's here for the show already anyway before that.
Was there ever any consideration of you going over to his place to watch the football?
I don't know. Was I ever invited?
Constantly.
Yeah, I probably didn't consider it then.
Oh, no. You ridiculed the invite.
What, now? Wait, when was the last time you did that?
Pre-baby.
Huh.
Wait a minute. So you're saying that Chris is saying that Keith is only his friend because he does the show?
No.
Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm saying I love Keith. Keith is probably,
Don't say it.
If not my dearest friend in the world, one of my dearest friends on the planet.
Brian, it's all right, dude. Don't worry.
I know he's just saying this.
I swear to God,
because Keith's here.
When it comes to the moments, when I need to talk to someone, Keith is the first person I dial on the phone. He's my Keith.
He's your go-to guy.
Well, he's one of a very small group of go-to. Oh my God, they're my guys.
Okay, well, let me ask you a question. What are you going to Keith for? If what happens to you? What does he specialize in?
Probably not things I'm going to discuss on the air. Probably not things I'm going to discuss there. No, but I definitely I confide in Keith. Probably that there's only
nice try, Fred.
There's maybe 1 or 2 people in the world that I confide in more than Keith. And Keith is like, I love the kid, but
I wanna see
I
a
don't
kiss.
go to him. I'm not gonna. The problem is I have a kid. I'm not gonna